There we go. Anyway, my name is Tony White from Yakima, Washington here. Today's broadcast is just to help my locals here in the Yakima community understand what Blab is, a little introduction to Blab. I've been talking to a lot of people on social media, Facebook here locally, and I have not a clue what Blab is. So I put this a little together. I'm sure it'll be one of many. Just try to introduce people to what Blab has to offer and how we can use it in marketing, communication, and just the fundamentals of Blab. So, and I'm going to keep an open seat. Please just try to, keep on topic here pertaining to Blab. So, late to the party, didn't know I had to sign up for Twitter. Oh, hey, no problem. Sorry about that. So, that's number one. In order to actually, you can actually watch it without being on Twitter, but you can't participate. So just an FYI there. And so you actually have to be on Twitter to host, to talk like you just did just then. Baby steps for the dinosaur. Hey, yeah. GM. All right. You can use this for GM from, sorry, I can't pronounce that. Buckaroo. A Buckaroo. Hey, it is a good morning, man. It's little hiccups here. I tried to start this computer this morning, and it wanted to do all these updates, 11 of them. And I was like, pressing for time. So I didn't know if I'd get in here enough time to start on time. Anytime I do host a Blab, being the host, I find it very important to be on time regardless of who shows or doesn't show, especially when I'm going to record it, because I can always use it for later use. No, I'm in Washington State, USA. So nothing in Japan. Konnichiwa. That's about all I know. But so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. It looks like a couple of you are new to Blab. So, okay. See, that's one thing that's hard too, is like when you're going to do video like we are right now, is to actually get in here and talk and follow the board and question Q&A. So if I don't see your questions right away, I apologize ahead of time because I'm focusing on the topic and trying to keep focused with you guys here. So I will look over here. So if you have a direct question, I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. Down at the bottom where you just typed in, you put a / and with a Q, space, and ask question. How are you today? See how that shows up? So right below there you go. Bravo. So that's all you do. So it's / and it'll actually bring up, as long as you're on a desktop, it'll bring up a few other directories so you can like notify your followers. I haven't messed with light mode, dark mode, and a few of the other options there. All I do is ask a question. So that's why I try to stay on. I had to use my iPad the other day, and it's a little bit different layout than it is with desktop. If you use a desktop laptop, you actually you see a lot more features, more user friendly. Because I use my iPhone and my iPad, and I like it, but it's not as easy or user friendly, especially when you're hosting. It is as a desktop laptop. So that's my advice. If you're ever going to host, is to always use desktop laptop. I use my iPad usually for notes on my left-hand side, so I can scroll and keep on topic there. So I just scroll up while I'm talking to people. So I type out all my notes before I do a show. That way, it's just, paper's fine. It's just iPad's easy. It's, up here, and I can just keep on scrolling. I don't have to fumble through papers where you hear a bunch of sound. But that's what I do. But just the fundamentals of like Blab is I'm just going to do a quick overview on the subject itself. I'm at the page that we're seeing. As long as you're on desktop, I'm not going to go through like iPhone and iPad. Maybe that's something we can set up after the show. We can do a follow-up show on how to use it. Sweet. Good job, man. How did it go? Good? Awesome. I bet it's fun too. New Year's. Sober or drunk? A little bit of both. So Candy's just asking the question down there below, or a comment more like so. But anyhow, I'm just going to go to right. On the right-hand side where you guys are typing the messages in, obviously you already know that. That's where you type the message. If you scroll over their name, the user's name, if you click on their picture, it actually will bring up a profile. So you have the follow, so you can follow them on Twitter. That's nice because it's a nice thing to do. Like that's how you end up meeting people. You have a little more engagement. You're starting to follow people and talk to them. So like when you're on Blab, it's nice to hover over people who, especially ones who are talking, who are interacting, because they're more likely they're going to interact with you more so throughout the time too. Off this and then follow through. And if you like a profile. So when they click follow, you can follow them here on Blab, and you can also follow them on Twitter, which is a nice thing and a new way to meet people. If you're into marketing, it's also to help you build your follower list. So, just like anybody, more friends you have, the better to say it is. But that's to be determined. But so that's one thing. And then you have a star. Everybody see that star next to the name. So if you hover over somebody's name on the right-hand side there where you're making comments, you have a star. Star just means you like their comment. So if they say something, you can click that star. It'll highlight, and that just means, hey, kudos, like what you said. Next to that, you'll see an arrow. An arrow is just reply. You'll see their name show up down below in the text where you text and type. That's like a message directed to that person. And I'm going to do that right now to Candy. Nice to meet you. There you go. So that's all you got to do is that's a quick introduction to people who are actually in the list. Now also above that, you'll see all messages. So that's everything in the text room. Over to the right, it'll say mentions. Now, mentions is just when somebody talks about you specifically. So like I just did with Candy. Candy can hover over, click mentions, and it brings up everything about her. So that's where you get that. If you're on the desktop, mobile, I think it still shows this as well on my iPad. I should have brought my iPad up just so I can help those out. But above it shows a mapping of the globe. It actually highlights where people are from. So if you're going to do that, do you have a written Q&A for Blab and Facebook? I do not. So do I have a written Q&A? You know what? I can do that after the show. I can put something together for you and just put it up on Facebook. Does that help you? Cool. What I'll do is I'll actually put a PDF or something together. I'll take snapshots. I'll just do a recording and let you know also this is being recorded so you can actually go back later and watch it because I'll post it to Facebook, which is a cool feature that Blab has also. So yeah, I mean, if you put this up, I mean, you can share this everywhere. So I'm just going around here. So we just talked about the right-hand side, and I'll get back to you, Juke, here on that. Up on the top, it shows you how many people have been viewed. Shows them two little people up there, little headshots. Right now it says 15. So 15 people have come through here. 5 people are currently watching. You go to the right of that, and we have all the icons of who's currently in this Blab. You can hover over those. You can follow them that way. And that's all you do. You just go through here. So I'm going to be a follower of yours, Matt. First time, hello and welcome. Ray, investing, following you. So I just followed everybody that's up there. So you can follow back if you want. If not, then not. So obviously this is my screen. I'm the host. So there's some things that I have access to that you don't as a viewer. Like right now I have an open seat next to me. You can actually click on that and it will allow you to be a guest speaker with me. You can jump on right now. If there's somebody available who's not camera shy, who's not afraid to get on to show the example to other people, please jump on. I was supposed to have a co-host, but it's cool. She took some time off and she's heading out to have some fun today. So I don't blame her. So, and if not, we'll move on until somebody is available. But you can actually have up to 4 people simulcast at the same time. So there'll be 4 different boxes in here. Up to 4 people can talk on a chat at once. Either myself, right now, I'll lock the seat, so that means I'm not allowing anybody to come on right now. We'll have to deal with this or watch the video, and then we can do that later. So I'm gonna unlock the seat, so if anybody ever wants to come in. So if you actually write a question, again, if you do the queue, I can actually put the question in on the screen, which is a pretty cool tool. On my left-hand side, it shows questions that you guys ask. I can put them up on the main screen, and you guys can answer them. And then once I'm done, I just click an X, and that question is gone. So up here you have your Twitter, you have your social sharing. So as being in the group or on this presentation right now through Blab, common courtesy, you don't have to, but ethics of Blab is to share with your network. So like if you find value in it, you want to share it with people. So you would just hit like tweet or post to Facebook, and that goes to your Twitter friends and your Twitter followers and your Facebook pages. So you're just sharing it to try to let other people come in and join in on this as well. All right. Thanks for tweeting, man. I appreciate it. And then also, one thing I forgot to tell you on my video that you actually see me talking in, on the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see 2 hands. If you click on that, that's just like applause. So that just means, there you go. And that's just good for during the show. It just gives whoever the speaker is or speakers that you like the content or what they're saying. You're just essentially getting a virtual, hey, awesome, kudos. You like what they're saying. So it's just engagement. And that's what a lot of this is engagement. I mean, you can embed this on your website or blog. Like if you were to do your own recording, or somebody else who has a recorded Blab, you can actually take this and embed it or share it on any social network virtually. You can also use programs to, if you blog at all or have a WordPress theme, there's programs that will automatically show you this live. Like if you were to go to my website, I'm going to put it up here. If you were to go to talkyakima.com and then click on the live right now, people can actually watch this live. Obviously, what we're doing, I have a live stream going on my website. So people who don't want to sign up, they don't have to sign up. They can be right on my website and actually watch it. So bear with me for a second. 1 second. I'm going to go talk. Yeah, come on. and that should bring it up. And then you just click on live show. I'm just showing you this, just not because you got to go to my website, but to give you an idea of how you can use it on your own and your own show. So like right now, I'm looking at my website, and let's see here. Thanks, Jib. I'll send you some stuff and send you some links to the content for later use, and look forward to chatting. Have a great day, and thanks for attending. So, but back to that. So if you were to actually click on that link right there, that would show you, you can, if it long as it opens up in a different tab and I don't lose you, depends on how you have your settings. But if you actually click on that, it'll show you, so you can bounce back and forth. You'll see my live streaming right now, and even your questions are on there. So, it's cool. It's just another venue for, or way, I should say, for people to watch you live. And then when this is done, when I'm done recording, I'll get an email from Blab, with a download file for audio and a download file for the video and audio. So you can redistribute those how you see fit. A lot of podcasters, I'm a podcaster, I'm new at all this actually, but jumping into it to get my feet wet. But I can take the audio and use that specifically for podcasting. So I can upload it to iTunes, Stitcher, and a bunch of other sites. So you might hear some kids in the background. And I apologize ahead of time, but I'm babysitting. Not a good job if I'm sitting here, right? No. But anyhow, so there's a couple of you. Are any of you guys from Yakima? It doesn't look like it because I'm seeing your radars over in other countries here. There. So that's a good one. So Annette, right? So how, do you use this for personal or business or both, do you think? Because that way I can actually engage and talk a little bit about more of how you might want to use it. Actually, I'll just cover it both ways. For personal use, the reason I like Blab is because Blab has no private Blabs. It's all open network, all open forum. So it's a community per se. So I can go to any Blab without any permission from anybody. I can jump in, I can jump out, I can surf around. It doesn't matter. The reason I find that really cool is because I can research topics that, hey, what's this about? Jump into a Blab and maybe find new connections with people I would never ever have met. Like you said, networking. And huge for networking. And just, finding mentors, learning out how to do things, new things that you hadn't even known about that you go, hey, that's cool, and you want to dig into it a little bit more. I mean, I've seen people who do, I find marriage counselors on here talking about, you get on here and you ask questions, and they're certified, so they say. I mean, I can't take credentials through this, but they seem legit. And they just help you with counseling. There's people on here to do business, cooking. The guy shows you how to cook. He uses his camera and shows you how to cook stuff. So there's a gardener. People on here to talk about gardening. I mean, whatever you like doing, business, hobby, interest, learning, help, Blab offers that, and it's open to everybody. So that's one thing that I find it real powerful to do. There is a lot of crap. I'm going to be honest. There's a lot, if you have a forum like this where it's open to anybody, you're going to get anybody. So I mean, you have people, unfortunately, I just get in if I don't find something of value of me, what you find value of you is going to be different than what I find value of me. So if I find a value of me, I'm going to stick around. If I don't, I'm out. You know, and there's no hard feelings. I mean, nobody cares. Um, Nobody follows you. Maybe your own Twitters, which is good because you can add people to your Twitter. Um, for business, I mean, I'm not sure what type of business you're in, but for business purposes, this is huge. You can use this for training seminars. So let's say you had a service and you get a lot of Q&A. Staffing company, dude. I mean, net. Sorry, not dude. Net. Sorry about that. Um, so you have a staffing company. So this is a better way to talk to your potential clients, uh, how to upsell yourself and why they should come to your company. Um, and it's a cool thing if you can get people to actually interact, as in, I know you're not going to find that in a lot of people, but let's say you're techie guys or somebody at school, you can set this up in the office. You can actually have live intros to people looking for jobs. I mean, here, okay, hey, John, you can do a live recorded interview on the particular person to learn a little bit more about it. You can post that to your website or send that to your potential clients and let them choose and say, hey, I like this person. Hey, I want this person. Or, hey, can you send me this guy again? Um, you can use this as editorial, like training on how to do correct resumes, how to dress appropriately for an interview and a Q&A for an interview. This can actually be used for training. Um, yeah, I mean, orientations for large groups, etc. Yeah, I mean, you can use it. I mean, it's actually limited. I mean, you can use this for all sorts of means. You can take this Blab coworkers. You can actually get in here and make a little site for yourself or a Blab day. I like consistency. So, like, if you were to do something with employees that you want to get out, I would make it set on a certain day and a certain time. I would try to stick with the format as much as possible because then you're predictable, but it also keeps in my mind, hey, oh, that's on today, so I gotta go see her live. Now, regardless, you can use this again for your social media. You can keep that and redistribute the video. That's one thing about video. It's evergreen. So you're going to have evergreen, meaning that it's on forever. You can upload it to YouTube. So when you get the email with the link to download this video, you can upload it to YouTube and redistribute it there and keep it there forever. So anybody has questions or anything like that. You can actually have labs without recording it too. So it's just open mic. So you don't always have to record them. I like recording them regardless if I keep them or not because I like content. I like Q&A. I like to learn. So it's like, hey, if it didn't provide any value, then I'll just, shred it. But if it has something on there, it's good to write about or take notes on or blog. I have a library, a video library of what I did. So, I mean, you can take this like right now. Most people, it's just like, okay, just take a minute to tweet it back off and post it on your Facebook if you could. And, that, once again, that just helps get the name out. I'm going to do that right now. So bear with me while I'm not talking. And there, I just retweeted it. But I have like 2 accounts on Twitter that I use a lot, and that's at Tony R. White, and I also use at Talk Yakima, and then huge on Facebook. So I have like 8 groups on Facebook and probably about 10 private groups and a bunch of other stuff. But I'm always trying to do marketing. I'm going to be doing starting a local podcast here in Yakima. Obviously, Talk Yakima, that's what that is. But my new subject matter is I'm going to be interviewing people born before the 50s. And that's just because I want to find out more about the older generation and how they grew up, their stories in life here in our Yakima Valley, and also, keep them alive in a sense. We're going to lose a lot of history once they're gone, so I want to record as much as I can. But that's that. But for this, for new users, I mean, what I would do is before you jump in, like just jumping in on the mic, I mean, what I would do is just go to some labs that might interest you and actually participate. Just sit there and, like you're doing right now, find stuff that interests you. And the thing is, these are 24/7. You're going to find something all the time. People all around the world. It doesn't block it just to the United States. I mean, you're going to have every language known to man on this earth come through here. So you're going to have that. So this just blew up your networking, because this does everything. You have your networking capabilities with social media, and they're always updating. The creators of Blab are always updating their programs. So they take information from people that are actually on Blab, and you can go on there while they're talking and ask them questions and bring up ideas and brainstorm, and they'll answer them for you and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. The owners and creators are very active. So you have this, and then you also have some other groups going on. But I mean, I use this. If you ever go to my website, talkyakima.com, I have some pre-recorded stuff, like just more stuff about Blab right now. I have a couple podcasts that I've done. So, but now I'm going independent. I was working for somebody for quite a long time, and now as of January 1st, I am 100% solo. So now I'm doing digital marketing and consulting. So that's what I do. But let's see, we have some new people in here. No, looks like people just jump in, drop off. So right now we only have 4 people in here, and one of those is me. So we have 3 guests. So any of you have a camera right now that just want to jump on the seat and just, I mean, it's easy going, don't be shy. No? All right. So if you take this, so once again, down there, and that if you go / and Q, then space, and then you just ask a question, it'll pop over to the left, and I can put that on there. Now you're going to see some really professional shows out there too. There's people whose like livelihood is video audio. So I mean, you're going to have commentaries from like do CNN. I mean, professionals who actually do CNN for CNN that are on here, and you're going to have they're going to have a green screen in the back. They're playing all the cool audio effects and stuff. You're going to have people talking about, like I have a soundboard here. It's not plugged into this right now, but I just got it for Christmas. I was lucky, good wife. She bought me that for Christmas and the kids, and I'm experimenting with that. But you're going to find all sorts of information. I mean, you can waste so much time in this group and on Blab. So what site do you recommend to use? Okay, so you hit G instead of Q. So it's / Q. That's all right. I'll still answer it, but I'm just letting you know that was you hit G instead of Q. What site do you use? It's all good, man. Not a problem. So it says, what site do you recommend to use for a banner when promoting a Blab? What site? So are you talking about like the lower third? What's on the bottom of your video? What site do you recommend to use for? Oh, I like using Fiverr. FIV. Fiverr.com can create you a banner. I just bought one for $5. So I had somebody, he tells you to pick out what you want. Yeah, so I mean, you can't go wrong with Fiverr. They have programs out there that you can make your own if you're into, if you're a techie guy, graphics. But it's pretty hard not, to beat $5. I mean, I paid $5 just not to waste my time. So, I mean, I spend that on coffee, So, $5, Fiverr can get you a lot of stuff. So, I'm going to put that up there. So, you need to have a link to Blab from Facebook or Twitter, etc. Or is there an area search for Blab topics? There's Blab topics if you go into Blab itself. And that's blab.im. So at the beginning of that is the main page. They always play annoying pre-recorded Blab that somebody did, which I find rather annoying myself. But then in there you can do the search bar and you can search Blabs, but you can't search Blabs from inside Twitter or Facebook unless you use certain keywords, like if if you use the pound Blab. If you do something like that, it might pull up some stuff, but that's a little bit more hard work than I think what it's worth. I would just go to Blab. They have a link on there too where it says scheduled Blabs. So you can look at current ones that are live right now, and then you can also look at scheduled. So you can pick and choose, and then you can join their list. So you'll get an email or a text. You can sign up a couple ways, and that will let you actually be able to get in and be reminded and join the Blab when it comes live. And the cool thing is you can watch it right there on your phone. So if anybody has a mobile device, I would go to your app store, whatever device you have, Android or iPhone, and download Blab. And just put it in your socials. Same thing as your Twitter, or your Facebook icon. Yeah. I can't wait to do the minimum wage. That's going to be exciting. Tomorrow we're just let you know what Annette's talking about. Tomorrow I have a scheduled Blab for minimum wage here in Washington State. People, it's a hot topic. Whether people want it up to $15 an hour. Washington State actually has one of the highest minimum wages it is right now, almost $10 an hour. So it's just a discussion about raising the minimum wage, and right now it's like it's been improved all the way up to $14 almost, just shy of $14. So it's going to be a huge topic tomorrow if you guys want to jump in and ring in. It's going to be an open forum. I'll probably be booting a lot. People are just being morons, I'm sure. But that's one thing about Blab. You can actually silence people, and you can actually boot them. But the thing is that they're not booted forever, unfortunately. So you can't restrict users. So if you leave and you do a new news show, they can come back in again, and you'd have to boot them out again each time. So is there a site? So did I answer your questions, investing, Artie? I just want to make sure before getting to moving on that I answered all your questions there regarding the bottom third and something cool. I highly recommend using Fiverr for a lot of things. I even use Fiverr for my intro and my outro and my podcast. It costs a little bit more than $5, but it costs me about $40 or so. That's why still I don't know, money, time, know-how. Time well spent and saved. So that's F. And once again, here, I'll put that back up again. So I put it down there for people who want to use it. Here, I'll put that up. So, can you use an iPad with a live Blab? Yes. I'll tell you a little story. 2 weeks ago, I think it was, I was doing a Blab. Uh, my computer died on me. So I had to hurry and switch to my iPad. Well, guess what? My iPad died in like 10 minutes. It didn't charge. So I hurried and jumped on my iPhone, and there so I went from my laptop to my iPad to my iPhone and continued the plan. You have about, I think, a 3 to 4 minute window from losing your connection to reestablishing your connection. After 4 or 5 minutes, the room closes. So that's just to let you know that's your window. So you can use your iPad. Video streaming, I would definitely not try to be someplace where you're not using your data. So I would try to use, wherever you're connected to Wi-Fi. If you're going to host, let me see. Let me put that up there. So do you have the same functions on the iPad as a desktop? If I recall, yes. I had to double check that. Investing. I'm going to have to double check to see if you have all the features. I know you can hold it, and pretty much the same thing. I just don't think it's user friendly because I think if you're going to hit something, it's going to go wrong on the iPad. I have to double check. So I don't want to answer you 100%, so I'll have to get back to you on that. That's okay. So, good question. So, if I were you, also, I would, anytime you host, I highly suggest using a desktop or laptop. The reason why is connection. I have Wi-Fi in my house, but I'm hardwired into my desktop, to my laptop. Sorry about that. But so the connection's there. I have cable internet, the Wi-Fi throughout the house. And I just don't want anything going through the air that's going to make me lose connection. So I hardwired my laptop right now. So help prevent that. Nothing's worse than Wi-Fi is unstable for the most part. Especially where I live. Sometimes it'll go out, in, out. Depends on what's going on in the outside. Even when it's snowing outside like it is now, you're going to lose connection sometimes. So better safe than sorry, especially if you're hosting. Hosting's, it would suck if you were interviewing somebody and you have a really good interviewing going and you just lost all connections and everything. It looks bad. But on the other hand, I totally believe on use whatever you have at your disposal. So if there's something that you want to do and you're going to go do it, then do it. If you have a mobile device, if you have an iPad, cell phone, stuff like that, and that's all you have right then, use it. So, hope that answered your question. Any other question? No. So, I can do more tutorials on Blab. You'll also probably see a bunch more around here too. So, hey Ryan. So, I wish there was somebody on here who would jump on the video cam so I could show everybody, the new users here what it looks like. Anybody here have a webcam going on that isn't scared to jump on? Nope, it looks like I scared them away. See, that's one thing. See, he jumped in, jumped out. No big deal. It's open. I don't know anybody here, really. This has been very interesting. You need to make this a focus. Work calls guide. Sounds great. I hope to see you too. Hey, invite people, man. Share that post. Invite other people to the topic for tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get a lot of people in here. Probably go crazy. I don't even know, over an hour. So you have a great day in that. I appreciate you jumping in on here, and we'll talk soon. So I'm actually going to just turn off the recording and just leave this open Blab. So let's see.